Hey guys, it's Millsy here to give you my Money in the Bank 2014 predictions video. Now, I just wanted to very quickly say that this pay-per-view, and in particular the build-up, just represents so much that I just hate about WWE at the moment. Because quite frankly, this build-up has sucked. I mean, does anyone honestly believe that this build-up has been like anything decent or good? No, it's been horrible, and you know, I don't know how WWE can expect people to buy pay-per-views with such a shitty build-up. You know, they wonder why so many of their fans are now streaming pay-per-views or not even watching them. It's because they just don't know how to build up a pay-per-view anymore. And it's been that way in some cases ever since the PG era started. It was like, as soon as the PG era kicked in, they simultaneously forgot how to friggin' put together a wrestling show or build one up. So, that sucks. I'm still gonna order it, because I think the wrestlers will go out there and do a good job. Some of the matches I'm looking forward to, even though there's only been 4 announced, I think they all have the capability of being good matches. It's just a shame that the writers can't, you know, they just can't put a wrestling show together anymore. And WWE has to rely on the wrestlers to put on a good show, which sucks, but I do think it'll be a good show. I just wish the writers would, you know, help out a little bit. But getting to the card, we have the Money in the Bank ladder match. We got Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, Jack Swagger, and Rob Van Dam. Now, I think this will be a good Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't think it'll be like one of the best, but I think with the wrestlers involved, I think they could produce a really good ladder match. The problem is that so many of these guys are so undeveloped. I mean, who honestly believes guys like Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, Jack Swagger, Rob Van Dam, who honestly believes that they're gonna win? No one, because they don't have the credibility to. Because let's face it, they're just jobbers now. So the only people I realistically see winning is Bad News Barrett, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. And even Bad News Barrett is not, you know, he's a unlikely one, but he's got a small chance. So that pretty much leaves it to Rollins and Ambrose. And, you know, I just wish that every participant in this match actually had a chance of winning to make it more unpredictable. But as for who I think will win, I'm going to go with Seth Rollins, just because of his association with the Authority, and I think they're going to do something with that. I don't know, I just think he'll win. But, you know, it's really down to him and Ambrose, and I didn't even want him in the match, to be honest. I wanted them to have a singles feud, but you know, whatever. I'm not going to complain too much about it. So yeah, I'm going to predict Seth Rollins to win. And then we have the Divas Championship match. We got Paige versus Naomi, and I think this will be a good match. I think both of them are very good in-ring workers. The problem is, both of their characters are just so boring, especially Paige. And you know, it's not their fault, but Paige is just so boring because she's just a one-dimensional babyface. She's your stereotypical WWE babyface, and that is one that is such a goody two shoes, an ass kisser, wants a fair fight all the time, and it's so overdone. It's so boring. And, like, who honestly watches WWE for the fact that the baby faces, they're so kind and, you know, and shit. Like, who watches WWE for that? No one. We watch WWE because we want to see people, you know, pretty much kill each other. And, you know, Paige's character is just everything that wrestling fans don't want. That's why we haven't gotten behind her. That's why she doesn't get a very loud reaction when she walks out. Again, through no fault of her own, she's a good wrestler. Just her character sucks because that's the way WWE wants her to be. But, you know, like I said, I think this will be a good match. I have no idea what the fuck's going on with Naomi and Cameron. I pray to God that Cameron does not get involved in this match or this feud whatsoever, because she sucks, quite honestly. But I don't know what's happening there. I don't really care. I just want these two to put on a good match, like they can do, and hopefully they will do. As long as WWE gives them the time and just lets them do their thing, I think they can have a good match. So I'm gonna go with Paige to retain. That's pretty predictable. And then we have the WWE Tag Team Championship match, the Usos versus Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Speaking of them, their new theme song sucks. I mean, did Jim Johnston get like fired or something? Because lately, some of the theme songs that have been produced for the Superstars have been absolutely horrible. I mean, you have this one, and then you have Seth Rollins' theme, Dean Ambrose's theme, and Cesaro's theme. They all suck. They don't like represent their character in any way. They're just generic, you know, rock tunes. That's all they are. And they're horrible. But, you know, that's just a minor thing. It's not something to get angry about. But I'm actually looking forward to this match. I think if given enough time, I think these two teams could produce a really good match. I actually think the Wyatts will win. I hope they do. They're way more engaging than freaking Usos. And I think the Wyatts actually won the belts at like a house show or something like that. So usually when they do that, they usually end up having them win at the next pay-per-view or something like that. So I actually think the Wyatts will win. I hope they do. You know, it'll lift them up a little bit, because ever since this fucking feud with John Cena, the Wyatt family as a whole has just been downgraded, and you know, you don't want that to happen because they're very good, they're very engaging. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Wyatts to win, and I think it could be a good match. Hopefully it doesn't get put onto the fucking pre-show like they do with every other tag match. Hopefully it actually gets the spot on the card, because you know, lately the tag division's just gone downhill so much. Especially considering where it was like late last year, and even to an extent early this year. After the whole disaster with the New Age Outlaws. Even then it was pretty good, but lately it's just sucked. But, you know, hopefully it will be on the actual show. Hopefully they deliver a good match like I think they will. Hopefully it starts the resurrection of the tag division. And then we have the main event. Ladder match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We got Cena, Randy Orton, Antonio Cesaro, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, Kane, who was a late inclusion, and Del Rio and Sheamus. I think I don't know really how to attack this match, because I don't think it'll be like one of the all-time great ladder matches, because there isn't really any superstar in there that could use the ladder in, you know, a special, like in an innovative way or any shit like that. So I don't think it'll be a very good ladder match. I think they could tell a good story, and if they can do that, then the match will be fine. I mean, it's not all about wrestling moves. So I think if they can do that, the match will be good. And the thing I like about this match is it's not overly predictable like the Money in the Bank ladder matches or the Divas matches. I honestly don't know who will win this match, because there's so many possibilities. And that's really, this is the main reason why I'm ordering this pay-per-view, to see the result of this match. I guess you can get rid of Sheamus and Del Rio. There's no fucking way they're going to win the match. And probably Antonio Cesaro. I don't picture him winning this match. But I think the rest of them are pretty much even money. I mean, you have Bray Wyatt, who, yeah, he went downhill a little bit after the feud with Cena, but I still think that he has a chance of winning it. Roman Reigns is a big possibility. I wouldn't have him win here, but I definitely would have him win the championship down the road. Just not here. I think they need to just develop his character just a little bit more. I am a big Roman Reigns fan, but I'm not completely sold on his character and his individual run yet, so just give him a little bit more time. And then we have Randy Orton, who I think is a pretty big possibility, because what I picture him doing, if Seth Rollins wins the Money in the Bank contract and Orton wins the belts, that could create some tension within the Authority, and it could lead to some good television if it's done right. So Randy Orton's a big possibility. We've got Kane, who, you know, there's been a lot of rumours saying that Kane will have one last championship reign before he retires. So, you know, that leads to him having a big chance of winning the match. And then, of course, everyone's favourite, John Cena, who shouldn't win the match. You know, there's no storyline in place, nothing like that to suggest that he would win the match, but considering how much Vince loves this guy, it wouldn't surprise me if he did win. But out of the 8 guys, I'm gonna go with either Randy Orton or Kane. I'm actually considering Kane just a little bit more. I just think because of his involvement within the Authority, the fact that he was included in the last minute suggests that maybe the Authority will get involved and help him win. I don't know. But I'd say either him or Randy Orton. I'll pray to God, not John Cena. So, yeah, there's my predictions for Money in the Bank. Like I said, I think the wrestlers will put on a good show. I just wish that they would get some help from the fucking creative team. I mean, you know, I thought Vince fired the head writer for WWE. And that was before this week's Raw. But this week's Raw sucked so bad that it suggests either he didn't or he took over the head writing. And, you know, we all know what Vince is like. He's pretty much like a 65-year-old child, if that makes any sense. So, a part of me thinks that Vince has now taken over. You know, he's now writing the show. And Goldberg gonna be in for some stupid shit if he is. And this week's Raw was evident. I mean, this is the go-home show. It's meant to help fans get excited for the upcoming pay-per-view. And it doesn't help when 75% of the show is dedicated to a feud between Vicky Guerrero and Stephanie McMahon. Two people that won't even be on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And, I'm not saying that Vicky and Stephanie can't have a feud, but don't dedicate your whole show towards it, especially the show just before a pay-per-view. Because this week's Raw did nothing to get me excited about Money in the Bank. The show sucked, majorly. And, I guess I gotta blame Vince, because even if he hasn't taken over, even if he's he isn't the head writer, everything has to get the stamp of approval by him. So, Vince, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously. Some of the shit that you did this week was ungodly, awful. But that's a rant for another time. So like I said, I will order Money in the Bank. I'll make sure I post a review pretty much after the show's done, and I hope everyone enjoys Money in the Bank. Hopefully it's a good show. So later.